John,
Hello, Patrick. Of course, I've got a minute. How can I help you?
I wanted to talk to you about a couple things real quick. Video's great. I got everything. I remember all that stuff from college class or two, and all that. I'm right on. I'm on board with everything. Like I mentioned to you, being in that T-bone, losing a business and rebuilding and stuff. My thing is just being able to commit to the outlay right off the bat. So I need a minute or two to do that. So that's the only thing basically holding me up.
Okay.
At the moment.
But-
So I just wanted to give you a heads up because, like I said, dealing with a migraine and cluster headache 24/7, 365 since the date of my accident, it's been really just a disaster area.
Patrick, you're
Um,
never going to get any pressure from me about anything, man. I mean, dude, number one is your health. Because if you don't have your health, what the hell do you have in this world? Number two is your
exactly.
family, because life is a shared experience. If you're if
Absolutely.
you're if you're alive and you're all alone, what the hell difference does it make whether you're alive or not? Okay? And then
You
number
know,
3 is your business because that supports the other two. So
right.
take care of 1 and 2, and then when you're ready to do the business part, we'll do the business part.
Yeah, no, one and two are great. But the thing, we went from the $5 to $7 million a year business, on average, to where, I'd go away for 3, 4 weeks. All right, what do you want to do? Let's go to Disney. All right, where do you want to stay? Didn't even think twice about spending money. You know what I mean? Now it's like, shit, I got to worry about pennies, and I shouldn't be in that position because of somebody else. But it is what it is, like you said, and everything else. But I wanted to. I will be somewhere probably in the next month be able to do that initial. What is it? 5 grand is a buy-in, pretty
For
much
for the workshop, yes, sir.
for the workshop. All right, and then our monthly is what, almost a grand with the.
About 600.
Okay, 600. I was just going. I didn't know if there were any other bonuses or extras to buy or anything else.
No,
The one question I did
I
have,
am simple and transparent. What was the other thing?
the other question I had was as far as the bid process and setting up the bid itself,
Yep.
which I've started to allude to in another video that you sent. Do you guys help with the bid or figure out, is there a baseline of pricing that the government uses or?
I'm going to give you a bunch of strategies in the training itself in the workshop.
Okay.
And then, but I'm always available. I mean, if anything, how hard am I to get a hold of?
Not at all. But by the same token, I know if you're busy or on a phone call, that's why I like to send you a text real quick just
Well,
to be,
no, that's fine. But the point being that if I'm this available to somebody who's never given me a red cent, imagine
right,
how available I am to the people that invest in the program. I mean,
right.
I'm
I just
always
wish I could give you a grand a month to get rolling and figure this out, and build it and say, all right, by the way, Sean, we got our first
And
contract.
you know what? If I
Here's
was one
10
of
grand.
those, if I was one of those scammy shitheads on the internet that are just trying
Right.
to get people's money, I might sit there and go, "Well, fuck, man. Why don't you just give me $600 a month for the rest of your life, and I'll help you today." I'm not that guy. I'm
No,
just,
no, no, no. And
you know.
that's what I appreciate. I appreciate the candor with that and everything else. Don't get me wrong. Believe me, I am so appreciative. And you're like me, you're accessible. All my customers have my cell phone number. Why? Because God forbid you have a problem, I should be the first number you call,
Hell yeah.
unless you need to dial 911.
Boy,
But
are
that's
you
beside the
speaking
point,
my
right?
language? Yep.
So, I mean, because I get to a job, first of all, code is bullshit to me. I don't follow code. Code's a minimum standard. I don't do anything to the minimum standard because I don't ever want to go back to your job again until you tell me, hey, I want to do that $140,000 kitchen we talked about. I want to do that $250,000, 4,000 square foot deck we talked about on the back of my lake house. That's what I want to go back for. I don't ever want to go back because something is wrong, and I'll never do that. I never have, never will. By the same token, I appreciate your candor and I love it, and that's why I have an affinity for you because you speak my language. You have no problem calling a spade, no pun intended or any other connotation intended.
I hear
But
you.
you know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I'm the same way. I call bullshit when I call bullshit. I don't have any sense of that vibe from you by any stretch of the imagination. My thing is, I need to get involved in this because I'm just watching myself. I'm building back slowly, but I shouldn't be building back this slow. You know what I mean? And wanting to get involved sooner than later, I have no problem committing to whatever, as a payment, but, I get it. I understand how you run, and I appreciate that. So for me, getting into it, getting a contract or two and then being, I have no problem paying it forward, paying it backward, however it has to be done. I've done that my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm the guy who stops on the side of the road. Oh, you got a flat tire? Yeah, I can't afford to get a tire. I've taken the rim, brought it to a tire shop, put a tire on for people, and brought it back to their car. I mean, that's the type of guy I am. You know what I mean? And to get screwed the way I did, it is what it is. It just happens. But I'm just trying to work out, and I just want to let you know I'm still in play, but I just want to be completely transparent, like you have been with me so far, and just let you know what my minor holdup is at the moment.
No
and again,
problem.
it's temporary.
No problem. I'm going to be here at least the next 8 years.
Okay. Nice.
After that, my wife is probably going to tell me I've given enough to the world and need to move on. But by then, there should be about 15,000 videos of me explaining how to do shit. So.
Right. I appreciate that. Well, anything you're willing to share with me moving forward, so I can get into this.
Well, if you're in the marketing, if you're in the marketing system, I'm consistently and constantly providing content to those guys, and they post things in the marketing system that go out from time to time. Hell, it probably is too much information, but for heaven's sake, I've got a lot to say. So they keep, every time they have this little button they created over here for me, I just click this button, create content, and send it over to them. And what they do with it, I have no idea, but it goes out.
There's no such thing as too much information, in my opinion. So I'd rather look through and be able to run through. Like I said, I watched a video twice the other night.
Good.
And to run through it. And it's just, I enjoy your candor. I enjoy the way you it's a no bullshit, no nonsense. Let's fucking rock and roll and get it done.
Yeah.
So I'm on board to rock and roll and get it done. Like I said, my transparency was the sheer fact that, recovering, having to take care of things that I normally never had to. I deferred my pension I wish I took my pension early for the fire department now. Deferred my pension for the fire department in New York City to, be able to do certain things and maximize that, looking at the short side of things,
Sure.
Thinking I'm going to be able to bang nails the rest of my life and not worry about it. Make my $700,000 for myself every year and not think about it. But I'm, like I said, like we were discussing the other day, I was looking at things from a very short-sighted perspective. And, that was my takeaway from it. But damn, I'm way too short-sighted on this. Yeah, should I be bidding and getting contracts? Now, the other thing is getting involved Sam and all that other fun stuff. What else? What other requirements do I need, or is there anything that I was missed as far as qualification for anything?
There is no qualification. It's a registration process. It's just here's who I am, here's my bank account, here's my address, here's my phone number. No, yes, no, yes, no, yeah, a bunch of questions. It's just a registration. There's nothing qualifying.
Gotcha. I didn't know, licensing and all that other fun stuff that didn't require anything.
Nope.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, sweet. So you dispelled any questions I had and took care of that, and we're all good. So I'm just working on that, and if you could just send me over what I need to fill out for you to get rocking and rolling.
I sent it to you. If you look in your text messages after we had our... Well, wait a minute. We didn't actually do a Zoom. We did just a phone call.
No, we hadn't. We were just on a quick
you're right.
phone call.
You don't have that. I'll send it to you as soon as we get off the phone.
Please do, and then we'll schedule a Zoom for sometime next week, and I'll let you know where we're sitting as far as getting rolled, being able to jump on board.
Okay.
As soon as possible. All right.
All right.
Man, I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you very much for all your time and information, and look forward to catching up with you again next week. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
You too, Patrick. See ya.
Thanks, Sean.
Bye.
Okay.